The headlines. Federal government set to increase electricity tariffs as part of ongoing reforms. EFCC arraigns ex-NHIS Secretary Yusuf over alleged fraud. NCDC tightens surveillance at entry points amid Ebola outbreak in Uganda. And on the international scene, Tanzanian army confirms 2 soldiers killed in DR Congo. It's noon. Welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us and the details. The federal government says plans are ongoing to increase electricity tariffs over the next few months. It, however, said the planned increase needed to be balanced by subsidies for the less affluent electricity users. Reports say the special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on energy, Olu Vehejen, gave this hint at the Africa Heads of State Energy Summit in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where Nigeria presented a $32 billion plan to expand electricity connections by 2030. The fresh move to raise tariffs comes amid the mounting pressure from Nigeria's debt-burdened electricity distribution companies for tariffs to be cost-reflective so they can improve their finances. Last year, the federal government approved a threefold increase in electricity tariff for customers under the Band A classification. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, had in April 2024 effected a 300% rise in electricity tariff for Band A customers from 68,000 naira per kilowatt, that's kilowatt per hour, to 225 naira kilowatt per hour. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, has arraigned a former executive secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, Usman Yusuf, on a 5-count amended charge bordering on alleged fraud. The defendant pleaded not guilty when the charges were read to him, and counsel to the defendant, O.I. Habib, thereafter requested that his client be remanded in the custody of the EFCC pending the hearing of the bail application. The trial judge, Justice Chinyere Nwechiong, however, pointed out that once the defendant was arraigned, he ceased to be in the custody of the EFCC. She subsequently adjourned the case to February 12, 2025, and ordered that Yusuf be remanded in the Kuje Correctional Center, Abuja, pending the hearing of his bail application. The former NHIS executive secretary, who is accused of using his office to confer undue advantages to himself between 2016 and 2017, as well as awarding contracts without following the due procurement process. A resident of Maiduguri, that's the residents of course, are grappling with the aftermath of a government-led demolition in Shuari 5 of the metropolis in Borno State. And authorities say the move is part of the effort to upgrade the Muhammad Buhari International Airport to meet international standards for foreign travelers. Trust TV's Beatrice Kurutsi reports on this.
Once homes, now rumble. Shuari 5 residents watch helplessly as excavators tear through their community. Many here, already victims of insurgency, say they received no prior notice or compensation before losing their homes. Some now face an uncertain future, pleading with the government to address their plight.
We were not informed about the demolition exercise. We suffered to build this home for 4 years. They started the demolition yesterday. We thought they would spare us. They are supposed to cater for poor people like us. We don't have a place to go. The government should do something. I wasn't notified that my house was going to be demolished. I only discovered today that it was true. I bought the land 5 years ago and now it is gone. We know the government is more powerful than us, but they should do what is right.
We have been struggling with hunger and the economy, and then we saw them demolishing our houses. Some weren't even lucky enough to pack out.
Officials from the Borno State Urban Planning Board and other related agencies were on site overseeing the demolition and briefing the press.
There is no compensation for them. They have been informed since 2020, and then we have been following to secure the land and then stop them from development. They keep on developing it. We had series of stakeholders meeting with their leaders, but they refused to comply.
As you are aware, Maiduguri Airport was upgraded by the federal government to start international operation. And there are requirements we have to meet. If we don't meet them, the target of government will not hold. So what we are doing, or what we are saying, we sympathize with the people who refuse to obey this order. We have our plan.
For the displaced residents, the big question remains, will the government offer compensation as they wait the expansion of Maiduguri International Airport pushes forward? Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
In security, the troops of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and Sector 3 Operation Well Struck, the OPWS, have cracked down on a notorious bandit camp on in Angwan-Bala, Kambari general area of Karim Lami, the local government area of Tariff State, and they're acting on credible intelligence regarding the movement of the suspected bandits. The troops conducted a fighting patrol to identify the hideout, engaged the bandits in a gun duel that led to one bandit being neutralized, while 23 others, including 19 males and 4 females, surrendered without further resistance. A statement by the Acting Assistant Director, 6th Brigade Army Public Relations, Captain Olo Bojunde Oni, said a comprehensive search of the camp led to the recovery of a significant cache of arms and ammunition, including 4 AK-47 rifles, 5 AK-47 rifle magazines, 80 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, 1 English-made pistol, 2 locally made guns, 28 cutlasses, 16 motorcycles, 48 daggers and jackknives. The Oni noted that preliminary investigations revealed that the bandits, originally from Plateau State, had paid a local chief in Amar village the sum of 1.5 million naira to acquire and establish their camp in the area. Speaking on the successful operation, the commander 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidebere reaffirmed the brigade's unwavering commitment to the security and stability of Taraba State and its environs. Security operatives in Kaduna State have rescued 23 kidnapped victims during a joint operation in Kajuru local government area. The public relations officer of the Kaduna State Police Command, Munir Hassan, in a statement confirmed the rescue of the victims on Sunday. According to the statement, the divisional police officer of Kajuru Division and the military, acting on credible intelligence, engaged a gang of bandits that was trying to relocate with their victims to Kajuru Forest. The statement noted that during the encounter, security forces unleashed heavy casualties on the bandits, forcing them to retreat and flee into the forest with gunshot wounds, which resulted in the rescue of 23 kidnapped victims. The police said the rescued victims have been safely reunited with their families, while the area has been placed under heightened surveillance and aggressive patrols to prevent further criminal activities. The Civilian Joint Task Force, CJTF, has called on security agencies and government authorities to provide enhanced support, including hardware, welfare, and transportation to strengthen security efforts across Nigeria. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja on Sunday, the national chairman of CJTF, Kailani Mohammed, emphasized the group's crucial role in maintaining peace and assisting security forces in tackling the crime. He noted that the CJTF has been actively supporting security operations for the past 16 to 17 years, contributing to efforts to restore law, order, and national unity. Mohammed also called on local law enforcement officers, particularly divisional police officers, that's the DPOS, in Nigeria's 774 local government areas to continue collaborating with the CJTF. While comparing Nigeria's security personnel numbers to those of other nations, he noted the Nigerian army has about 290,000 personnel, whereas Egypt has over 3 million, lamenting that even when you combine all the security forces in Nigeria, he is not sure they are up to 3 million. He stressed that this gap underscores the importance of CJTF's role in national security and urged authorities to provide necessary resources. Still on security matters, suspected herdsmen on Sunday attacked Amegu Nwalaha community in Ishiolu local government area of Ebonyi State, killing an unknown number of people and burning several houses. The Ebonyi State Police Command spokesperson Joshua Ukandu confirmed the attack, stating that the police have deployed operatives to the area. Ukandu noted that the number of casualties is still being investigated. The chairperson of Ishiolu local government area, Ifoma Agu, also confirmed the attack, adding that the process of recovering bodies and taking them to the morgue is ongoing, making it difficult to determine the exact number of fatalities at the moment. A community member who spoke on condition of anonymity said cows were killed by members of the Eastern Security Network, the ESN, in the forest, and adding that there has been tension in the community following the killing of the cows, while stakeholders have been working to prevent retaliatory attacks. The Rivers State Police Command has refuted reports of a shooting incident involving rival political groups at the People's Democratic Party Secretariat in Port Harcourt, the state capital. While acknowledging internal tensions within the party, the police described claims of an armed clash as false and misleading. There had been widespread reports on various online platforms suggesting that supporters of opposing PDP factions engaged in a gun duel at the party's secretariat. However, in a statement issued on Sunday, the spokesperson for the Rivers State Police Command, Grace Irenge Koko, dismissed the allegations and calling them as a deliberate attempt to incite panic. The police assured the residents of their continued vigilance and urged the public to rely on verified sources for information. Away from security matters, in Dutse ultra-modern market, Jigawa State, butchers are key players in the local food industry, with many passing down their trade from generation to generation. Trust TV's correspondent Ali Rabiu Ali visited the market and reports on how these butchers are adapting to the economic challenges. The report.
Despite the pressure of inflation, the demand for fresh meat in Jigawa remains high, and butchers in Dutse ultra-modern market are capitalizing on this trend. Meat sellers who purchase cows worth between 1.5 and 2 million naira daily consistently sell out their stock, meeting the needs of the community. Governor Malam Umar Namadi has transformed the market into a modern hub, improving accessibility and attracting thousands of customers. The newly revamped space offers a wide variety of goods, making it a central point for business activities. However, inflation remains a significant concern for the butchers, as the price of meat has risen to between 5,000 and 7,000 naira per kilogram, putting pressures on their margins.
The current price of meat remains at 7,000 naira per kilo. Despite the rising cost of cattle, we should have increased the price, but due to the concerns of the people, we have kept it the same. The price of commodity is currently 5,500 per kilo, and we appreciate the effort of the people in purchasing the meat. We thank God for the business and acknowledge the support of our customers. My message to the public is to be patient, as we believe the cost of products will eventually decrease in the future.
To kasan alhamdulillah kasuwa kowa san
However, as you know, times have changed. We used to slaughter cows worth 1.5 to 2 million a day. Nowadays, customers' numbers are not like they used to be. While people still want to buy meat, the current socio-economic challenges mean they have to manage their spending. Despite these challenges, we remain satisfied because this is our only business.
Farashin nama iya nan dai har yanzu a 7,000 kilo.
I have been slaughtering cows and selling meat since I was young. Over the years, I've become independent using my own capital to buy and sell meat. Alhamdulillah, things have changed for the better. In the past, we bought meat, sold it, and made a profit, but now we are just managing. By the grace of God, we are pushing forward and praying for Allah for improvement in the business activities here in Dussi.
Despite the challenges, customers have found ways to adjust to the raising prices. Some have shared with Trust TV that they continue to buy meat within their budget, showing resilience in the face of raising cost.
I came to the market today to get what they call kayamia in Hausa to buy and to cook so I can eat today, Sunday. It's expensive, but the truth is it's expensive. Sometimes the least we can get is for 1,000 naira, and some persons cannot afford it.
It is not normal at all, especially for a couple who have left our home to come over here to do to come and serve. It is not. Actually, let me not just say we are suffering, but the truth is we don't find this easy for us. It is difficult.
Butchers, often the unsung heroes of the food industry, continue to provide fresh, high-quality meat to our communities. From cutting and trimming to preparing sausages, they play a vital role in keeping the food supply chain intact. From Jigawa, Ali Rabiu Ali, Trust TV News.
This is news update on Trust TV. Coming up. Gombe farmers look to dump sites for decomposed manure as fertilizer prices surge. This and more to come after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. If you are just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update. Here's a recap of our top stories. Bauchi, the federal government set to increase electricity tariff as part of ongoing reforms. And EFCC arraigns ex-NHIS Secretary Yusuf over alleged fraud. Now moving on to more stories. The soaring fertilizer prices are forcing farmers in Gombe to explore alternative ways to sustain their crop production. One of such farmers, who is Bala Adamu, has resorted to collecting decomposed manure for dump sites across Gombe metropolis, turning waste into a lifeline for his farm. Trust TV's Hassan Kohli reports on how farmers are adapting to the harsh economic realities of modern agriculture. Take a look.
In the midst of Gombe's refuse heaps, Bala Adamu carefully sifts through organic waste, searching for nutrient-rich manure. While others see garbage, he sees an affordable way to keep his farm thriving. Fertilizer prices are out of reach for small farmers like me. I have no choice but to gather manure from here and use it on my farm. It nourishes my crops and costs nothing. In fact, it works even better than chemical fertilizers, which we have used for decades. With chemical fertilizer prices skyrocketing, many small-scale farmers are struggling to afford essential inputs. Bala says his switch to organic manure has significantly improved his harvest. Since I started using this natural manure, my yields have increased. My maize is growing better than before. This is the best and most affordable alternative for farmers like me who can't afford expensive fertilizers. Experts say organic manure not only enriches the soil, but also improves its structure and water retention, making it a viable alternative in the face of rising input costs. As farming becomes increasingly expensive, more farmers like Bala are turning to creative, low-cost solutions to sustain their livelihoods. In a challenging economy, adaptation isn't just an option, it's survival. Hassan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
In health, following the confirmation of an Ebola virus disease outbreak in Uganda, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and CDC and Prevention has intensified surveillance at the country's point of entry, including the airports. The agency also advised Nigerians to avoid non-essential travel to affected countries. In a public health advisory issued by the NCDC Director General, Jide Idris, the agency emphasized that there are currently no reported cases of Ebola in Nigeria. In 2014, Nigeria experienced an Ebola outbreak following the entry of an infected patient, Patrick Sawyer, from Liberia into the country. Sawyer's first contact, Dr. Ameyo Adadevo, the lead consultant physician and endocrinologist at First Consultants Medical Center Ikoyi, lost her life but prevented the spread of the dreaded disease. So far, only one case has been recorded, resulting in one fatality, while authorities said they are monitoring 44 identified contacts. Away from Nigeria, 2 Tanzanian soldiers have been killed in clashes in the last 10 days in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, the army confirmed on Sunday. The offensive by the Rwandan-backed M23 armed group, which has captured the major city of Goma and promised to march on to the capital Kinshasa, has rattled international observers. It is the latest escalation in a mineral-rich region bedeviled by decades of fighting involving dozens of armed groups. Tanzanian People's Defense Force, the TPDF, soldiers had been deployed under the Southern African Development Community, the SADC, a regional bloc operating in Eastern DR Congo. Army spokesperson Gaudentius Ilonda said following a series of attacks in the areas of the Sake and Goma carried out by M23 rebels on the 24th and 28th of January 2025, JWTZ has lost 2 soldiers using the Swahili abbreviation for the TPDF. He confirmed that 4 others had been wounded and were currently receiving treatment in Goma. And finally, in sports, Spain's former football chief, Luis Rubiales, will go on trial this Monday over the first kiss that he gave the star forward, Jenny Hermoso, with the player scheduled to take the stand. The 47-year-old provoked worldwide outrage after he carved Hermoso's head and gave her an unsolicited kiss after Spain beat England to win the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia. Prosecutors are seeking 2.5 years in prison for Rubiales, 1 year for sexual assault for the first kiss, and 18 months for allegedly coercing Hermoso, who is 34, to downplay the incident. The case was given unexpectedly and without the consent or acceptance of the player, prosecutors wrote in their indictment. The highly anticipated trial gets underway at the National Court in San Fernando de Henares near Madrid at 10 a.m. 0900 GMT and is expected to run until February 19th. Rubiales, who is scheduled to take the stand on February 12th, has called the case an innocuous peck between friends celebrating and denied any coercion. And with that, we have come to the end of Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.